Hello guys, welcome back to Simply Blissful Living. This is Rami and today's recipe is a personal favorite in our house. This recipe is for Chilean Pan Amasado. It is a soft bread that is basically made in all the homes in Chile, and because my husband is Chilean, I had to master this recipe. So let me share with you what I've come up with. For this recipe, you're going to need some flour. It is recommended to use a strong flour, so here I'm using bread flour. You won't get the same results from all-purpose flour, so if you can find bread flour, that would be the best. You're also going to need some melted Crisco or lard. Traditionally, this recipe is made with lard, which is pork fat, but if you can't find lard, Crisco is a really good substitute. We're also going to need some active dry yeast. You don't want the rapid rise, just active dry yeast. Some sugar, some warm water. This is just plain warm water. And then we're going to take some warm water and add some salt and mix it into this. I'll have exact measurements on my website with a link down below. So we're going to start off with the warm water, the plain warm water, and we're going to proof our yeast here. So I'm just putting the yeast in the warm water along with the sugar, and you're going to mix this in and let it sit there for about 5 minutes. You want the yeast to get nice and foamy, and you'll have a very yeasty smell to it when you smell it. I am going to be using my stand mixer for this recipe, but if you want to use your hands, it's traditionally done by hand, but kneading the dough in the stand mixer, you do cut the time in half, and it's just a little bit easier. So if you have a stand mixer, go ahead and use it. So we're going to let this yeast mix sit for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So I have the bread flour in the stand mixer here, and I'm going to make a well in the middle and put the melted Crisco and the yeast mixture in this. Now if you're doing this by hand, you want to follow the same directions. You put the flour on on a flat surface and then make a well into it. So all the directions will be the same. Stand mixer just does the work for you. And then you're going to just mix everything in together. Here I'm using a very low speed, just mixing it until it comes together, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Once the yeast and the Crisco is well incorporated, we're going to take the water that we have, adding it a little bit at a time. We're going to mix this on a low speed until everything starts coming together. Once the dough starts coming together and forming a ball, you want to go in and make sure that it's a soft dough and it's not too dry. Sometimes even when it's dry, it'll come together. So right now it seems like it's good consistency. And now we're going to knead this for about 7 to 10 minutes in the mixer. If you're doing this by hand, you're going to have to knead this for approximately 15 minutes. After 15 minutes of hand kneading or 7 minutes in the stand mixer, this is what your dough is going to look like. It's very elasticy, it's not sticking to my hands, and it's come together really well. And you want to ensure that at this point, this dough is not sticking to your hands. Now what we're going to do is let this rest for 45 minutes in an oiled bowl. And this is going to double in size in that 45 minutes. You want to make sure you oil the bowl quite nicely so it doesn't stick, because as it rises, it does get a little sticky. So I'm going to place this in a bowl, cover it, and put it in an area that's draft free and it's warm, and let it rise for 45 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 45 minutes and my dough has risen quite nicely here. So now what we're going to do is, with clean hands, we are going to form these doughs into little balls. So I'm gonna knead this down and kind of punch out all the air pockets from this, because it's gonna rise one more time. Now we're going to take the dough and just roll it out into a long log, and then we're going to start cutting it into small pieces. I've put each piece on a scale before, and typically it's about 100 grams per piece of bread before you bake it. However, today I'm just eyeballing it and just cutting it into equal shapes. Once you have all the pieces cut, we're going to start smoothing out the top of the dough. So here I'm just folding it in and making sure the top piece is nice and smooth, and then you start pinching the bottom of it. You don't want any cracks on this top or bottom, because as it rises and it bakes, if there's cracks at the bottom, it tends to kind of just flare out and open up. And then what I do is I just take it on my palm and just roll it around just to seal the bottom and smoothen it out even more. And then you continue doing this with all the pieces until you have all the pieces rounded out like that. Once you have all your dough pieces rolled out, what we're going to do is we're going to flatten them out using your fingers. It's about 4 inches wide. Okay, so now once you have it all flattened out, put them on a baking dish or baking tray. Then we're going to cover this and let this rise for 30 more minutes. While your dough is rising, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And after 30 minutes, you'll see that the dough has risen quite nicely here. What we're going to do now is take a fork and start piercing the top of each piece of dough 4 or 5 times. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this in the oven for about 30 minutes or until it's golden brown on top. When these pan amasados are done, your house will smell amazing and you're going to be in for such a treat. These are very delicious. I like to have them with butter. You can put some pebre on it, which is a traditional sauce in Chile. It also makes great steak sandwiches per my husband, and it's great for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So go ahead and give this recipe a try. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. And if you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit that notification bell on the side so you get notified every time I post a new video. Until next time, remember, live blissfully, and I'll see you all very soon. Love y'all. Bye.